Hello and welcome back to another coffee tasting video. Before we get started, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you're alerted anytime we drop a new video, which is every Tuesday. This is a Nespresso-centric channel, so we cover the virtual line, the original line, and some unboxing of the Nespresso brand coffees and machines for that matter. Before we get going here, I want to talk about one thing. Actually, there's multiple things, but this first. I was debating how to address this, and I think the best way to address it is I want this channel to remain focused and, I guess, on topic with coffee. Comments that are mean-spirited, whether towards another viewer or myself, political, ethical, social, moral, those kind of comments, they can be on another platform or another venue. As of now, I wanted to stay focused on coffee. And so for those reasons, if comments are posted that are mean-spirited, not if you just disagree. I don't care if you disagree with me, that's fine. But mean-spirited, they have a social undertone, a political undertone, moral undertone, things like that. Those comments are just going to be deleted. I'm not going to spend time responding and doing that sort of thing and trying to kind of take care of those. So I hope that resonates with people. I want it to just be a fun place where people can come and experience coffee. That's really what this whole thing's about, is coffee. So I hope that makes it clear. If for some reason it's not, or I'm sure you guys will comment down below and I can clarify in future videos. But for now, let's just stick comments and that kind of stuff focused on coffee. Or if you just disagree with my opinion on the coffee, that's fine too. But let's just keep it focused on coffee. And with that said, this will be another chance for the month of July. This will be, the month of July is going to be the last time we're going to do the changing background. So this is another chance in this video to watch the background and see if anything changes. If it does, it'll change, go back, it'll be for no apparent reason, and if you're the first one to comment, you win your choice of whatever coffee from Nespresso you want. If I have it, I'll ship it out really quick. If I don't, I'll have to order it in and get it back out to you. For the first time ever, this is open to US and Canada. So that's exciting and a little bit scary. But anyways, we visited the Nespresso store. I guess you can say we visited it. We went to the Scottsdale store and it was kind of interesting. You really couldn't go inside. They allowed one person inside and then they had a person at the door that kind of took your order. And then they rounded everything up. So it's kind of, I don't know, if you were looking, traveling, I know a lady that was there, traveled all the way from Tucson to come up there to experience the boutique, and you can't really. You can't really experience the boutique. There's no coffee tasting, there's no little chit chat in the corners about machines and coffee, and that ambiance is gone. So if you're traveling for those reasons, I guess now would be the time to just stick with ordering online. So there you have it. Last week, I posed a question to you guys as to if I should review coffees that have been released. So resounding in the comments section, it was a resounding yes. I posted it also on my Patreon page because ultimately the people that support it directly, ultimately they're going to have the most weight. So I posted the question of, should I re-review the re-released coffees? That was a lot of re's. That was the question. Should I re-review coffees that have been released? They were released in 2019, discontinued, re-released in 2020, i.e. Cafe de Cuba, Hawaii Kona, those kinds of things. Should we do it? It was a 100% every patron. Yes, we should. So, moving forward, any coffees that are going to be re-released in a timely fashion, we will re-review them. Re-review them? Yes, I'm sticking with that word. Re-review them. So for all of the pod heads that wanted to see the re-reviews of Cuba, I might. I don't own any yet, so I might. I might just order that and we'll visit Cuba again. So, with that said, there's the housekeeping out of the way. Let's get to the star attraction this week. This week, we are looking at Esperanza de Colombia. Should sound a little bit familiar. Way back, early in the channel, I did Esperanza de Colombia for the virtual line. This is a new release for the original line. So let's take a look at what they have to say about it. This is the Reviving Origins Esperanza de Colombia. Intensity 5. It's an espresso shot, so it's 1.35 ounces. See what we got for our aromatic profile. Aromatic profile, rounded and beautifully balanced. The coffee boasts an aromatic bouquet of yellow fruits with a delicate hint of cereal notes. Here we are with the yellow fruits again. Like what? Like I start like grapefruit, banana, star fruit, a pear, yellow fruit. I guess we'll see. Let's see what else they say here. 50 years of conflict in the Colombian region of I'm hopefully Caqueta. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Has forced farmers to abandon their lands, but a renewed peace has finally given rise to a thriving new era for the local coffee. Since the signing of the peace agreement in 2016, Nespresso's Reviving Origins program has worked to support thousands of farmers to provide them with tools, processing equipment, and expertise. The results didn't wait long. Esperanza de Colombia is a rich and balanced Arabica with fine acidity and a delicate flutter of fruit. Wow. So the takeaway from that, a lot of it was just the balancing and the just overall flavor. They mentioned fruit pretty heavily in it. So let's see. Let's take a look at the pods here. Oh geez, I mutilated that. I thought it was going to pop open from the top, and it didn't. It popped open from the side. So it kind of looks like a smaller version of the virtual line. I don't know if this is going to show up, but kind of a black pod, purple letters around it, Colombia. It is labeled on the bottom with Colombia, really hard to read. Fine fruits, yellow fruits, balanced, Esperanza de Colombia. Let's go brew a shot. Esperanza de Colombia, round one. I have this set on the standard espresso pour. All right, that guy's done. Not a whole lot of aroma while it was going, but little bit, oddly enough, little bit of a tart smell to it. Let's go give it a taste. Okay, I'm just gonna fold in just a little bit of the crema here. All right, Esperanza de Colombia, round one. Let's give this a taste. Huh, that's interesting. It kind of, let me try this one more time here. It's, okay, so when they say intensity 5, It probably is intensity 5 because this is weird because it's an espresso shot, but it literally just has a coffee flavor to it and then something. I guess when they say fruit, I think it maybe just has a little bit of a, there's like a little bit something sweet, but almost a little tart. Because I taste like a little bit of a, that's tough. Yellow fruit. I don't know what, it's got a little bit of a tang to it. So I don't know what they're going after with the, yeah, that one's tough. It's not, I don't know. This one kind of falls into it. It is an espresso shot, but it doesn't have a lot of the espresso properties. Like normally you have a lot more bite. It's a lot denser. It's got a thicker texture to it. There's oil there. This just tastes, I mean, maybe that's exactly what they're going for because they mentioned balanced a lot in here. So maybe that is their idea of balanced, is it just, it's almost like, it's like drinking a miniature cup of coffee. That's, I mean, this might be kind of weird, but it's so light. It's so light. Oh, that. Yeah, it's almost, it's weird because I almost want to say the passing by note is just a hint, that tang and kind of the, dare I use the word effervescence that I get from it is grapefruit. That's kind of what I'm tasting. But the coffee itself is insanely light. Literally like a miniature cup of coffee. It does not have, to me, an espresso quality to it. So I'm gonna be kind of curious how this will play out. Well, let's yeah, like a latte or cappuccino. Let's go one more round. Let's get this with some milk. So Esperanza de Colombia, round 2. Let's go brew another shot. Forgot to show her in the beginning. This is Mia now, start of her 14th week of life. She's been an absolute joy. She's a great pups. She's a great pups. There's Me's, 14 weeks. So I switched the machine over to the cappuccino setting. We're going to use our metal carafe. I have basically right at 2 ounces of milk in it. It's not quite, it's just a hair under the 2 ounce mark. We're going to brew this one here. So we're going to get that going first. Milk is done. Clean the wand, let it purge itself. Looks pretty decent. Let's go give this a taste. I'm just gonna blend this up just a little bit. There really wasn't much separation, which tells me there's not a lot of oil in it. So it really didn't separate during the transition time. Esperanza de Colombia with right at 2 ounces of milk. Yeah, that, I can't even taste the coffee. Yeah, that was kind of my worry. This is so light. It's almost like we're going to have to do a, let me think for a minute. I kind of looked around just to see if I could find anything on their site about a recipe or something. That was kind of my worry, is it was so light that I was afraid it was actually going to get lost in the milk, and it kind of did. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it you could take regular coffee and go boop with like a little bit of coffee in it, and it would taste about what this tastes like making it. So this one's a little tough. Esperanza de Colombia, round 3. I went back to the regular espresso setting. I'm gonna do something unconventional. I don't know if it's gonna work, so I'm gonna load that shot in there. I'm gonna give it a splash of cream. I honestly don't know how much I'm putting in there, but I'm gonna guess maybe 3/4 of an ounce, maybe. Let's get the shot going. I like how it looks. Oh man. Yeah, it's so light. Even that small amount of cream is almost washing it out. But you know what? Let's give it a taste. Okay, I'm just gonna get this. It looks like some of the cream was kind of stuck on the sides here, just a touch. Now we're keeping it a little bit more in the shot style. So Esperanza de Colombia with about 3/4 of an ounce of cream. Ugh. Oh, that was not good. That was not good. Oh, that was not good. Oh man. Hang on a minute. Beautiful sunset here in the gorgeous state of Arizona. I just gave it a little shot of vanilla just to try to kind of kick it up just a little bit because it really didn't work. No, that still doesn't work. Ugh. No. Ugh. Wow. Okay. I'm a little bit shocked at how this one's playing out. I'm going to do one more shot off camera, see if this works. Because I'm really trying to give this one the benefit of the doubt. I can't get rid of that taste. I'm gonna have to rinse my mouth first. All right, for the 4th one, I'm gonna change this to a lungo pour. We're gonna stick with right at 2 ounces of milk, and I'll come back. We'll see how that turns out. Esperanza de Colombia. This was a lungo pour and a right at 2 ounces of milk. Let's give this a taste. Okay, so interesting. Okay, so this one, it really got washed out with the milk. Now, if we leave the 2 ounces of milk and we kind of compare the two, this one has much more of a distinct coffee flavor to it than this did. This kind of just got lost in there. This now is back out. The fruit flavors are kind of gone, but it just has kind of a cup of coffee with milk flavor, which isn't necessarily bad. It's just very average. So, here we go. Let's take a look at what they're doing. All right, this is a Nespresso Exclusives Reviving Origins Esperanza de Colombia, 110 a pod. Ah, boy. As a shot, it was okay. It tasted honestly like just a miniature cup of coffee with pretty much kind of a equal amount of milk, 2 ounces of milk and a regular espresso shot. It was basically lost. It was like a light coffee and milk. I thought maybe 3/4 of an ounce of cream with the full espresso shot would kind of give us that texture back and make it was not good. That was not good. The lungo pour with 2 ounces of milk, it was okay again. It kind of fell back into, it tasted a lot like what this tasted like, only with milk. It doesn't have a creamy texture. It doesn't have the body or the mouth feel that I really like. So I guess ultimately on this one, I would say it's a pass. It just doesn't hit enough marks to be something that I would recommend. There's so many good espresso shots out there. This, to me, tastes like a miniaturized cup of coffee. And when you call it an espresso and you're saying that this should be pulled as an espresso, this is so light. The 5, yeah, for, well, they say intensity. For flavor. Flavor, it's a 5. It tastes like a regular cup of coffee. It just, there's no punch there. There's no bite. There's no bitter. There's no oil. It just doesn't have an espresso feel. So for those reasons, I just have to kind of throw this one into the pass category, and kind of wondering what I gave last year's virtual line. I, on purpose, don't go back and look just because I don't want to be swayed in any way. And I experienced these, you know, right with you here for the first time. Hey, that brings us to an end of another video. I thank you once again for your time. And speaking of that, the channel's been doing great. And again, I know you've heard me say it a month ago. I haven't said it recently. The subscriber count is just consistently going up. And that is all due to you guys and spreading the word. It's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And with that said, it's getting tougher to keep up with comments. YouTube is not alerting me to a lot of your comments, so I apologize if I don't get back to you. You guys have been driving the channel. I thank you. To those directly on the Patreon page, I thank you guys. It means a lot. We got a new Patreon subscriber, and that's awesome. It's awesome that you support the channel directly, and I thank you. I really, really do. If it's your first time here and you enjoy the Nespresso content, please make sure you like and subscribe. And if you'd like to see any of the virtual line or the original line reviewed, drop that down in the comments. I'll do my level best to get it out to you. And until next week with another coffee video, have a great rest of your day.